First map, we are playing Reckoner, and both teams have pressed the F4 button, so we're going to be going into this very first match. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, League of Shadows versus Chicagro Bulls. I'm going to be watching Elacor, of course, because that man is my favorite man on the server currently, as we make our way into the first mid-fight, rolling out into lower, grabbing up that health pack, and making his way in towards the mid-fight here. Deli's going to be rolling out through Cargo, slinging some stickies down. Looks like the Frenchies are going to go for a right-side mid. They need to take this ground as fast as possible, and they're just mirroring on the side of League of Shadows. But High Bomb's coming out from Scar. Neva's going to be the first one to go down. Deli going down in the meantime as well. Patchouli is going to be the first medic to fall here. Deli finding that kill. Scar goes down as well. Dwayne finds the frags, and they're dealing a lot of damage here. Shay immediately gets taken down by Zoe, and it's like Kaline, the lone wolf in this fight, is just going to get cleaned up right at the end. June high and dry, still on 150 HP after the fight.
Yeah, that med pick onto Patchouli was really clutch because both teams kind of just switched position on mid there and fought it out. But as soon as Patchouli went down, June just kind of hacked back. Sorry, and then his team just played around him. So really good job there by them, just clean up everything. Never any doubt whether or not June was going to survive. She was so safe the entire time. They're going to have full grad going into the last. There's a sentry gun up on the point already. Well, it's at the spawn door, so maybe they're just going to keep it there to knock them back, but
yeah. Usually it's a bomb through the top left side door if on the red team facing into the last. So yeah, like they do, and essentially just pings the Doorman back in. That's exactly the purpose. Just delaying about 1 or 2 seconds of that Uber. And that point is now being played from the edge of the point. Nevo is now out on the heavy as well. They find Kaline, they find Shay. So there's 2 pings they managed to get. Flick and Rons and Deli are all very weak. They all need arrows rather desperately. They're slowly picking them apart. There's Scar going down as well. Patchouli still alive, but in the spawn door, Nevo gets cleaned up. Very nice focus fire coming out of the League of Shadows right here. Elacor alone in the spawn. They do get the Uber, but he doesn't get to the point in time, unfortunately. So nice little delay there, and they may have been able to hold off, but in the end, League of Shadows are going to take this first round.
yeah, even if they got on to the point with Uber there, I still think it would have probably not been a hold either way. It was a really nice push coming out here from League of Shadows. Just the way they isolated players, took them down, basically took their entire own left side and then just killed people, and then it was just Elacor with a medic left at the very end there. Really methodical and very well done by them.
Shay taking that high ground once again. Looks like Soldiers bombing in nice and high, very deep in towards Cargo. They're going to take all that space. Rons does get the first frag on this mid-fight onto Shay as well. Scar on the left-hand side getting focused down by the scout of Zoe. Does manage to find that frag, and now the blue team have to run with their tails between their legs. And Kaline, unfortunately, going to get cleaned up in nice focus fire. Blick and Zoe finding another frag, so 3 down. And it looks like they're just going to have to retreat all the way back to last beater.
Yeah, Dwo could have tried to chase there, but he decided not to. He wasn't quite healthy enough. I don't think. Elacor tries to set up a sticky trap a little bit far forward, but yeah, not going to be quite able to. Actually, he might get caught out here by this demo man. He's going to surf out there. Good job. Eventually by him. Sky is going to come in and save him a little bit, but the bomb in from Dwo actually going to catch out a soldier. Will eventually end up just trading, but a lot of pressure coming out here from League of Shadows.
Yeah, one thing that we don't actually see a lot of here is the counter sack into lobby, like as soon as they try and go. But it looks like Rons goes in, does get air shot and jumps all the way back again though. Does manage to get back into lobby, gets that health pack and an arrow, and is going to be just fine. Kaline though in main, he overextends, gets kind of destroyed here. The sentry gun currently up on the right hand side. There's going to be spamming air raids. He managed to take that down, and there's so much space in through main on this last. One's going to be jumping in, nice air shot from Scar, puts him in the dirt, and now we've got Scar again onto Zoe, lovely direct. Scar playing out of his goddamn mind in this game.
Yeah, they're kind of saving it right here. Like, notice how deep in League of Shadows have actually managed to be. And again, Elacor is going to go down. That's such a nuisance. I think eventually League of Shadows are going to have to get out of here. Oh my god, this medic, yeah, is so... he got like launched into them. But truly, I don't feel like he meant to be the frontline warrior there. But he just kind of ended up being it. So they get the force out of him. So this all worked out so well. It really seems like League of Shadows are just bullying them out, right? Like they were basically in last point the entire time, just putting on pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it always seems as well like whenever the medic ends up in front, there's a little bit of miscommunication. The medic ends up in front, and then you're in a bad situation from then onwards. But June is always in the right place. He seems to always find the gaps, and looks like they're going into main with this Uber. So we decided to trick the sticky trap from Elacor. So putting in the work there. The level 2 gun is up. Eventually gets taken down, and we've got Soldier moving into main. Scar's just going to delay onto Deli to try and force him away for a little bit as Elacor gets back in, gets reset. Good damage onto Bronze, and now the rest of the team have to retreat back out. And Flick, the lone survivor actually in this last, is going to be dancing around the place. Nice kill to Elacor. Oh my god, Flick.
You had no business getting that at all. Either way, Like, that's going to help so much now if Patchouli and Co. wanted to push out. Patchouli has his Uber now. June is only on 50%. But without the demo man, it's just so much less pressure. Oh, look at Duo. Duo's actually being super sneaky right now through the little hidden corridor. Okay, he decides to just do some spamming, but he could actually go for a back cap if people had decided to push. But as it is, like that Elicore pick was just too much there. Flick in too deep, doesn't matter. Just take down the demo man, and then oh no, sword against Goop, but I think that was wrong. It's just getting dropped. Oh my god, these soldiers are getting so much out of these bombs.
Yeah, they're getting so deep. I'm really being surprised at like how far they can get in here. Kaline goes in once again, but unfortunately doesn't find the clearance on the jump to get all the way through. So now we have just got some all the teams just chilling out now.
Oh,
and Skelly's going in fact, the patented demo sack on Reckoner, which seems to be the only kind of sack that usually works. But loads of cap time comes in the meantime. Though these scouts are being very pesky, but big props as well. Okay, Scar going down in main, did try and chase on the flick. I thought he was going to find that frag, doesn't manage to do it in the air. And Shay is going to be trying to reflect as many rockets as they can, but just creating so much space is the Ron Soldier, and they're really struggling to now hold on to this point. Patchouli actually gets forced on this point. Really, really good aggression coming out from the side of League of Shadows.
The way they keep on bullying the team, it seems so easy right now for League of Shadows to just get whatever they want. They just go in there and they don't leave until they've gotten something beneficial out of it. You know, pushing in Scout on the point right now, putting a lot of time onto it. No one else is even outside of spawn for the Frenchies. That's going to be 2-0. It wasn't quite as smooth of a second cap here. But it really felt like League of Shadow were in control the entire time, and it was just really by the skin of their teeth the Frenchies were able to hold on the entire time.
Yeah, it's indicative of not having an engineer on this last. I think it's pretty integral to actually holding this point, but they opt to not go with it. They get the pyro instead. They just set up and see what they can do, but they don't manage to defend the point well enough, and now they're onto another mid-fight. 2-0 is the current scoreline, but once again, Kaline going in for this very early high bomb with Scar, trying to get damage down to Deli, and they do bomb all the way in super deep. Rons and Scar going down here, but Deli does manage to survive the onslaught. Kaline also going down here, so no soldiers left for this blue team, and Rons is the only casualty of the red team. So now they're going to be trying retreating here, but Patchouli has been caught out. He is in cargo. He is currently surrounded. He gets cleaned up. This is going to be much easier this time around. Shay does manage to retreat into lower, grabs up a pack, and will be looking to probably block mid. Elicore does get absolutely dumpster fired.
Yeah, and so even wins against the last scout here. Who is Che, by the way?
Shay is well, I want to say, was playing in Division 2 about 3 seasons ago, but seems to be playing as either a merc or a sub in this game.
Okay.
But Shay is pretty good. I would say an up-and-comer for sure.
Alright, he will lose that 1v1 against Zoe though. So, unfortunately for him, June has popped over. They're in right now. Deli not really hitting his types right now, but he has done quite a lot of damage. But everyone else seems to have been pushed back. This Shay heavy, a bit too much. Scar looks like he wants to jump in. Rons will kind of ward him off, make sure that no one even actually gets to June. Like, look at it. Normal teams would have just gotten out at this point. Surely, right? Like, they stayed in so long, and they keep doing this.
Yeah, they stay in for so long. They, like, a better team, I think, would absolutely punish them and destroy them, put them in the dirt kind of thing, push them back out the last, get a few frags here and there, and really stop them from doing it. But once again, they're opting to do this thing where they've got this defender set up. Well, they haven't got defense set up.
Oh, look at the bottom push.
They're going in with a bottom push. It's a little bit fiery here as Ron's down to last. Does kill off Shay and is going to be making some space in lobby, whereas the rest of the team have just pissed off into the wind. June and Flick have managed to run back for a second. They get the Uber and they go for the back cab. Very clean play from League of Shadows, but very boisterous as well from the Chicagro Bulls to try and make that happen.
Yeah, I love that they took the Uber into mid. Out of last, you know, without capping second. They just really wanted to chase. They actually cut off June at, like, you know, mid. That's how far around they wrap. So, you know, you can't say they're not willing to go for it fully out. They're not playing scared. I'll give them that, but it doesn't work out. Back cap's too strong. They just get wrapped on their own. It's going to be 3-0.
What can you do? Looks like another once again. They're going for this bomb, but get denied by the stickies from Deli. Now they're just all forced into this corner. And this might be the most brutal mid-fight yet, as we've got Shay trying to kill Deli, but can't find the shots. He's just spinning all over the place. They're in the mindset. Shay gets killed. Zoe dominating onto them now. Scar also going to get killed him. Patchouli, the only survivor. Rons is on the chase. Can he find the rockets? Nice surf from Patch, but eventually gets taken down, unfortunately, on this last point. And now they have to run with their tails between their legs, these remaining soldiers. But they found the medic that they needed.
Yeah, that's basically the perfect mid, right? They lost no player before duo right there, and they killed the medic last, like really last, on last. So this couldn't be any better. This is just going to be the cleanest lap. Elikor goes down as well before the Uber even comes in. This is the freest last point I've ever seen. Good luck, Nevo, trying to hold that. Nevo's going to need to kill 6 players, I'm pretty sure. As it turns out, he can't.
Nope. Yeah, very good news as well, coming out from June there. They run into the last. June flicks her head left. See sniper, uses Uber. Very, very clean stuff coming out from June. So, very, very nice gameplay overall. League of Shadows looking very, very dominant in this game. And that, the want of the 1 point for Chicagro Bulls out of this official is looking more and more dim as time goes on. As we head into another mid fight here, Peter.
Next map, maybe. Next map, maybe. I think that's what we're thinking here.
Yeah, maybe think about the next one. Bomb comes in from Bronze onto Patch. Nice air shot from Bronze. And that just puts Patch straight in the dirt. Nothing you can do. Nevo, Elikor both going to go down here as well. To the pipe of Deli and Duo here. The Dwelly. Yes, that's their combined name right now. Yeah, that's the dude. Scar getting murdered as well. And the backline dominating now as Scar as well. So making their way into second. Looks like they don't want to stop on this team train as well. And Flick looking to already track it towards lobby.
There's one thing we know about League of Shadows this game is that they like take space and do it aggressively, and they're not going to back off until they get something out of it. So they're capped up now. I think they are going to wait just for some spawners to come into the fight so they're not pushing 3v6. You know?
Yeah, that'd be wise. That'd be a decision.
Yeah, I like those kind of decisions. Okay, they have put it down. I feel like they're taken down by a sniper. Oh my god, they're taken down as well. Knocked around by that section on the stickies. Those hits were actually a garbage fire.
And yeah, this is an absolute fire. Yeah. He just being picked up by the sniper rifle of Nevo. I mean, you cannot count this man out. Nevo's been absolutely engaged man as an absolute talent. We shouldn't let like this slip. It may be a frustrating game, but these players are still talented. Just French side, so find their best now. Ron's currently on low. He's trying to shake away. He does manage to find frag out while in lower. It's going to now be in behind, collecting packs. And this is the flank again. If the flank onto the Scar, let's get that kill well. Getting damage down onto Nevo as well. So now they're going to be able to really push it here on the League of Shadows if they want. Currently, Patch does have Uber, which is the only thing that they can for the most of things.
Okay, there's no trying to go on force, but actually it's just going to be met with like an entire enemy team, and it's just going to be Deli, the skybox. Oh my god, shot the rocket before we complete the rocket, actually had a hit. And now the Uber and Toxic, this is weird. I feel like almost just
Yeah, a little bit of disrespect coming out here. Passion they could be running in here. If they manage to get the pick onto June, I believe that might be June's like first death of the game. But it looks like they're going to be rolling out on towards mid here, but just a very goofy set of plays. But Flick and Duo once again on the back cap here. ×3 on this capture. Kaline's going to be respawning, and they've got Shay running back in with heals. Scar is also back, so they're going to try and do this thing. But Duo all the way into last. Looks like he's trying to get as much space as he can. Does get cleaned up in the end. But this is going to buy so much time and space now. They're going to be able to get a bit of a mid hold going on, and it's only 20% advantage for Patch. So I feel like in this period where they do... Okay, never mind. Shay dies. They're going to try and push with it anyway.
Yeah, they're undeterred. They're just going to keep on going in there. Elikor doesn't jump in. Obviously, there's no Uber or anything. Ron's on the back cap again, by the way. This is so annoying. June with the big surf out into Toxic. That was so clean. Colleen goes down. Everyone just got pulled back by the back cap attempt there. And now mid should be untakeable right now if you're actually Chicagro Bulls.
Yeah, indeed. It looks like everyone's going to be chilling out here on this point. Just relaxing, chillaxing, getting this Uber. Patch already has his, but I mean, they had to wait for their respawn. There's not a lot you can really do there. Just going to be waiting as long as they can, and they're going to start making some way down into Toxic here. Trying to find as much space as they can, but Scar, currently on the low ground, is going to find the frag onto Flick there, and Zoe's going to retreat as well through the other side of lower. So, only one pick here. Let's see what they do with the counter-sack. Kaline looking like he wants to go, but no one's really supporting at this point in time. They move up onto Cargo, but it's so hard to sack into Reckoner mid.
Yeah, there's a lot of space to go in there. There's not a good like wall to really jump off of. Scar gets in there. You can kind of see how he was missing a wall, but they get Deli in Toxic. That's really big. That's a great pick. Colleen's going to jump in, make some space, but Zoe just denies him super hard. And right now, Ron is just in that power position on the house, making sure that nobody can get in there. He even wants more. Gets some fat direction onto Elikor. He gets an arrow that's going to make him survive. But Ron, he just keeps on going, and that's going to be an Uber force as well. And then Ron just gets out clean, and the counter pop comes out here on Flick. Just going to be chasing everyone down, but it is just Flick right now.
Yeah, so Flick's going to be trying to retreat back out of lobby here, but he's just stuck in a corner. Oh my god, Ron finds the kill off the Scar. They both end up dying. Zoe as well. Looks like everyone's just running into the same corner right now. June all alone once again, unfortunately, is going to go down here. It's going to be screaming, "Team, my sweet, sweet medic logs," as Patchouli nearly dies to Duo, but manages to survive in the end. So League of Shadows, it's a little bit scrappy at the end, but I mean, they're still dominant in this game by the looks of things.
Yeah, so is on Sniper here, and I'll just pop in with a fun little fact about Ron's. When he plays, his keyboard is like sideways. It's so weird.
That's insane.
It's actually sideways.
I don't know how people do that, man. Like in CSGO, you see it quite a lot. Like if you ever watch any CSGO lands, they're all got like keyboard sideways, their face are against the screen. I wonder if anyone does that in TF2.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like Stark or someone does something like that, where they like have it in the lap. I can't remember. Maybe it was like Manny. I can't. Someone does. I'm sure, but I didn't see anyone at this land. We have an Uber right now that's cleaning up everything except for June, which is this is a good thing, I suppose. But right now, League of Shadows, you can definitely tell they're actually being punished a bit for being overly aggressive. But that's not going to deter them, I don't think. You know, they know there's someone on the low ground because that's where the point is. So it's so hard to cap.
Yeah, and it allows for a repush as well. Climb with a nice bomb there. Really good damage into lower. They do manage to pick him up in the end, and they're all going to survive this onslaught of players. So now they're going to recapture... Well, they don't actually need to recapture the mid that was never capped in the first place. So they're going to start rolling on to second. They do have a big enough advantage to make a last out of it as well. As they
it's just Elicor. That's so sad. Everyone else was just way out, and Elicor was just trying to hold second. There was a bit of miscommunication there. I guess that's what happens when your entire team speaks French. Like, you can't understand that.
Yeah, the French team with the French player, they miscommunicate all the time because they're French. And Shay also dies in the spawn door. Klein's kind of trying to go for a bomber. Both scouts are on it. It is time 2. And they win out the ground. And that's going to be 5-0. League of Shadows looking insanely dominant. The Gs are dropped from both teams. And there's not much to say outside of the fact that League of Shadows just look a whole different level.
Yeah, and I do love that it was just raw aggression, and they were really good at pressuring as a team. Like, even if you're not good as a team, which League of Shadow are, like, that's still a fun way to play, you know? So, yeah, just, they were constantly able to pick players off on the periphery. Like, especially Elicor got off a lot. Look at him, he had a bad game. It's pretty rough when your demo man dies like 11 times in 5 rounds.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, to be honest. I mean, he was just getting shut down, I think. He was getting bombed every 5 seconds by Rons and just getting bullied. Let's go down and have a look at the stats and see who killed him the most. Yeah, Rons 4 times.
Yeah, makes sense.
Elicor just gets absolutely bullied in this game. But Zoe up there with 19 frags, top fragger of the map. Just cleaning up players left, right, and center. Usually, it's Flick trying to pick up the most frags, but Zoe, absolutely crazy. I hear that Zoe signed a streaming contract with Witness Gaming. Do you see that on Twitter?
I might have seen some of it. I trust nothing.
Yeah, they were shaking hands. Pappy and Zoe were shaking hands. Official content.
All right, well, it's official.
It's official. It's official. Yeah,
can't lie about that then.
Handshake was invoked. Yeah, but June only died twice, and it was both those times were in the goofy, weird pushes they were trying to do. On second. So I would leave that as June with 0 deaths. Effectively a perfect game.
Nah, don't give it to her. She died twice. She's bad. She needs to play better. You know, get on it, June.
Yeah.
You know, an embarrassment. Yeah.
I've got to say this as well. When you get 5-0'd like that, right, in a 16-minute and 14-second game, and Patchouli only has 4 deaths.
That's actually kind of good, yeah.
That's very good, yeah. Usually you'd expect to see like 5 medic deaths in a 5-0, right? But to only have 4 is pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually don't understand. I guess he was just in spawn chilling for a couple some of those last pushes.
He kind of had to be. Like most of the times he died on the mid fight, right, and then just got straight back to last. But some other ones he survived and was like out of the mid fight, does manage to survive, and then gets the Uber and the spawn, but unfortunately can't get back to the point, kind of thing. So, I mean, nice performance all around from both these medics. I think that Patchouli and June, if you stuck them in any like of these top tier teams, if you say for example you stuck June in Witness Gaming or you stuck Patchouli in TF2 Easy, I think both of these medics would be able to step up to the plate with that kind of level of play.
Yeah, we've seen it before from Patchouli, right? Like he's played at the very top level, and June has been really good this season. Like basically every single match, June has just been like teetering on the edge. Really good at doing that play style where they're probably too far forward, but they always survive. So it's actually the perfect play where they take up a ton of attention, but never quite die. And
Yeah.
like that's exactly where you want to be as a medic.
Yeah, I think we're starting to. There's kind of like some weird. There's two kind of styles of medic which seem to be have formed over the last like 10 seasons of TF2 in ETF2L. I feel like we get the defensive medic, the seeds we'll call it, all right?
Yeah.
The seeds medic, where they sit back, safe positions every single time, and then you have the Connor medics, which run in, stick the beam up the guy that's fighting, and will just sit up behind them the whole game in the most dangerous position possible, and then you barely see anything in between. And I like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I want to be a Connor medic, but I'm actually a Seeds medic,
I mean, when you look at the Seeds logs, definitely satisfying. Always has the lowest deaths, like statistically have the lowest deaths.
Yeah, and it's significant.
And like the highest heals as well, because they don't tend to use the crossbow as much. Whereas Connor had the highest deaths, but probably got the most frags out of any medic that we saw in Prem. So yeah, there's leaps and bounds of both of them. But I feel like I like seeing these two styles. But Patch is definitely an aggro medic, and June is a little bit more of a defensive medic, I think.
Yeah, as much as you say there's two different types, there is a spectrum, Like, you can be more or less aggressive. And June is, I say, more aggressive than passive, but good at surviving.
For sure. We saw some nice surfs as well, but we'll talk about some other people now. And we're moving on to Sunshine as well. How you feel about Sunshine for these teams?
I feel better for the French team on Sunshine, but overall, I don't feel good for them just because of how Reckoner went. It kind of feels like it doesn't matter what the map is when that kind of play style is what, they were doing. It just feels like they're overpowering them with like skill and teamwork the entire time. So the map just shouldn't matter, but for what it is worth, Sunshine should be a better map to deal with this kind of aggression. Usually Sunshine pretty heavily favors the defender. Like you just park on the high ground and kind of crush people as they walk through chokes. So and it's kind of harder to send in suiciders and then follow up with some aggression because of the distances are a bit bigger. So I could see the Frenchies actually being able to punish League of Shadows for their aggression if they take it too far.
Yeah, I think also we're looking at a week 7 game currently, right? So I think that the Frenchies are kind of they've gone into this game, I think, irregardless if they get relegated or not, coming into this game, you'll be like, right, it's week 7, we're not making playoffs. Doesn't really matter how it goes. Let's just go in and have some fun, maybe. And I think the League of Shadows are kind of like vying for just more points in the table, just a bit more experience, warming up for playoffs, getting ready. But realistically, I think that if we're going to look at the table as is, we're going to see pretty much the same thing we saw before, right? If in playoffs, you'd hope anyway. You'd have Witness Gaming and TF2 Easy in the grand, like going up into the grand finals, both of them playing against whatever they have to play against, and League of Shadows coming around third as usual. So I think we're going to have a very textbook rest of the season by the looks of things.
I mean, you say that, but Witness Gaming and TF2 Easy, they have like the most extreme form of land lose I've ever seen, where it's just like after playing that final, it was like, nothing else matters, right? We just want more of that. Like online means nothing. We don't care anymore, and it kind of feels like those two guys have mentally checked out a little bit. They're competitive players, so they're probably going to come back in time for the finals. I hope and trust that that's going to be the case. But at this very moment, I feel like League of Shadows are actually the team that cares the most about playoffs and have the best chance of winning it.
Yeah, that's true. They very much could, but I feel like Pappy is not going to pass up on another gold medal in Premiership, but I feel like TF2 Easy, they kind of do have what it takes to take down Witness Gaming. I think that Witness Gaming have just been, like, each season have been just that little bit more consistent, and it seems to be winning them the games in the finals and all the rest of it. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the playoffs go, and playoffs are going to start next week, so we'll see how it kind of, like, shapes up. But off the back of this official League of Shadows, if they get all 6 points from the official, they end up with 28 points total, which makes absolutely not a damn bit of difference.
They get like really third instead of third.
Yeah. Apart from seeding, I guess, because Cuban study group are playing against VNC right now, and if they get any points, then they'll be ahead of League of Shadows if League of Shadows were to lose this game. But
right, yeah, true. League of Shadows can get fourth. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they won't.
No.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. You never know. The Frenchies in this game could make a difference.
Maybe someone's going to drop the N-word and get banned. You don't know. Yeah. They're going to get all their points taken away.
Yeah, that's it. There's going to be some chance gamer words.
Yeah.
And then the team's going to get banned and lose all their points. Anyway, we have now. Both teams have decided they're going to press the F4 button on their keyboards, and we're heading into Sunshine, ladies and gentlemen, for our final map of this evening for week number 7. In this last official that we've got for the week, heading in towards playoffs, it will be next week. But Elikor going to be rolling out Cafe, a little bit less of a meta here, which is going to be rolling all the way out, and both teams are going to be heading over, and they're going to be mirroring each other for this first mid-fight. But Kaline and Scar are going to be going in. Kaline once again with a very short bomb, but Scar going in for a rebomb, good damage, and he finds onto June, and they're just going to retreat back into Flowers. Deli has been picked up, a nice pipes from Elikor, finds Flick, runs, and Deli eats a bunch of damage as well. So now it's just June and Zoe, and they're trapped in the back line. Oh,
they don't want to get out. They're just posturing right now, but they probably shouldn't, because they get wrapped this entire time. Like, if someone walked through choke while they were standing there, they actually would have been trapped in. But okay, they're on mid now. Were they behind?
Yeah, they were behind.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Right. Oh, he finds Elikor though, and gets the force. Okay, and June is going to get all the way back here. This is amazing. Coming out from the League of Shadows, actually. Shay does manage to pick up Deli though, so that's one pick that they find. Nuba now fades. But now they're going to get absolutely mauled by Duo as he bombs into Cafe, and they lose pretty much everything that they just worked for off the back of that mid fight. And now looks like the side of League of Shadows is going to make their way into mid, get that recapture, and then start moving on with this game.
Very clean entry into mid, and no one else is going to be able to actually put up any fight. But Julie's not even up yet, so he can't give out any heals. He will get the forward spawn, get people healed up, so this second contest should be online and ready to go. So it's a small ad on June, about 50%. You know, normally I'd say probably not
just
something.
A small ad.
Yeah, like on Sunshine, 50% is pretty difficult to push on, but you know, just from watching the last map, I'm gonna go ahead and say they're gonna push on 50% ad, like 100%.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're going to be making their way in here. Looks like going through Cafe. They already found a pick onto Scar now, so that makes it super hard to hold this. And June just waits for all these Document pods to fly in, and they just move all the way in here. They still have this ad, but it's only about 14%, so they're going to start slowing down here, realizing they're going to get Uber on last and start sacking some players. Ron starts trying to make a little bit of space here, getting some pressure down onto this left-hand side. They're going to start trying to shape up for a bit of a sack here.
Look how free these entrances are. There's like no pressure on the entrances. Yep. Oh, and just as I say that, they actually have 2 players die in the entrances. Okay.
Incorrect caster curse. 2 things.
Yeah. Alright, just take whatever I say and then like do the opposite.
Yeah, just
correct.
delete it. Yeah, that's usually my thing. I feel like I always have the biggest caster curse in TF2, but Shay running in here gets cleaned up by Duo. Zoe also go down, but the Uber trade is going to come out here, and Red Team uses second here, and it is still a solo. They do flash once though. So June's actually going to end up with a slightly, well, it's actually even Ubers in the end off that one flash that happened. So makes quite a lot of difference. But Kaline goes in, gets killed. Elikor gets killed again in lobby, and it's very unfortunate. June running with the solemn vow out, trying to get a kill onto the medic, but now gets the beam onto Flick as well. They're just going to start healing up in the lobby, and they're going to reconnect with the rest of these players. Duo gets 2-shot by Nevo. Zoe does try and go in here and tries to get a little bit of disruption going, but can't really find anything else, and it's just going to retreat back out the last, and we're going to go for a reset.
Yeah, and Pachu's actually going to have a pretty significant advantage because he got an Uber Saw in that fight. So I don't know how aware he is of the advantage there. And also it is pushing out of last, so probably not going to do it. But I'm just going to mention it in case they decide to actually act on it. But also, you know, in a normal situation, we probably could have seen June maybe do a dot push. But now you definitely can't because you're at a dis ad.
Yeah, indeed. And now also Nevo, though, on the Pyro, doesn't matter to affect the rockets, unfortunately, and does get cleaned up in top left as well. But Shay has managed to find the engineer class, so the defense is going to be a little bit better here.
Yeah, they actually managed to take down the soldier. They're going to be able to take lobby as well. Scar, I think he was thinking about it, maybe going out there. Colleen's actually going to go through the lower area. If he can get up there and get a nice jump onto the medic is close, but okay, Flick is on without doing there. So snips him out, gets him back. Nevo's gonna be just holding back on the sniper. Pretty standard stuff. So we are gonna see how League of Shadows decide to go for this last push. This is one of the more difficult last to push, and actually Synagogue takes down the demo man. Usually it's the other way around, but I guess he overextended a little bit there. I think he got bounced in by a rocket or something and dies to the sentry.
That's usually how it goes. Especially with this gun being bot on... Oh, never mind, he's going to move it. He's going to move it out towards the point, but Rons does get headshot here by Nevo, so a little bit more aggression. The sniper is coming out, but Flick and June are sat on the point currently, so in the unheadshotable position, and not really being pressured from anywhere else. But Zoe does go down as well for anti-justice kill, and Scar is in, but does get cleaned up by Flick in the end, and everyone else is going to retreat back to last.
Oh no, Elakor tried to peek the door. Now the sniper's going to die as well. He was the defense there on the sniper, and him peeking is just a huge mistake. Elakor continues to struggle in this game. Synagogue has gone down. The entrances are now open again. You can see both left and right are just being invaded by League of Shadow players. They get the Uber Force out, and actually even a nice arrow onto the soldier as he gets the Uber Force, and now here comes the counter push.
Yeah, between a rock and a hard place there for the rest of the team. Elakor trying to hold that door as long as he can, but does go down in the end. They wait for him to die. Scar goes down as well. Bronze is going to be full here, but looks like the blue team here are going to start overwhelming this point, and it's going to be the first capture. That's going to be 1-0 in this map number 2.
Really clean push in there, and it's going to be 1-0. This is about where the Frenchies want to win a mid and roll a last point if they want to any hope of getting some points in, because if they don't, they are reliant on other teams to make sure they don't get demoted. You know, and you always want to do that. Duo's going to be very fast on this mid, Lucky.
Yeah, looks like he's in super fast, and really making their way across. Looks like they're going to slightly mirror each other, but nope. The bomb comes in from Scar, flies all the way into Deli, and gets a lot of damage down. Klein is on the chase currently, but looks like he has no idea where Deli is actually, and Shay finds the kill anyway. So with the assistance of Nevo, but Zoe here getting isolated on the left-hand side, and they're going to have to retreat here. So this is a mid-fight win for the Frenchies here.
Yeah, only downside there is that either Elakor jumped in or got launched into the enemy team and like landed on at the feet of the Met with like 30 HP and got taken down instantly. He's not quite going to be able to get in. Scar is on Spy. Yeah, he's outside of spawn, waddling his way in there. So that doesn't make... That's not that unusual. Oh, and he's not even on Cloak and Dagger. He's like on the Invis watch. I love this Invis watch meta wearing.
Yeah, he's so fun fact for you. I think that Scar, they talked about it in a previous cast, but Scar is the least successful stabs, and that's the caster curse right there. He's gonna get the best stab of his life. Nope, never mind. That's the caster curse.
Called it perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, he just does this all the time, though. Like, everyone knows that if Scar dies here, then the chances of him going on Spy are pretty high.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where it also made sense to go Spy because even Ubers and all that. They're actually going to exchange Uber here in choke. Flick just runs around. Oh, and they find Elakor. Again, Elakor is just isolated alone. They can just wrap around and just take him down for free. This has happened so many times now. It's a demo for a soldier pick right now in the favor of League of Shadows, and I think that's enough for them to actually maybe potentially push on. Okay, decide not to. Yeah, they're just gonna wait in here for a while. But again, Elakor just being picked off over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's just not having any luck in this game. Continuously getting shut down by the League of Shadows, but looks like we now have a Spy on the other team, where Duo is currently on Spy. Has he actually left the spawn? I feel like
he has.
Checking.
Yeah, he's coming into flowers now.
Oh, here he comes. He's moving.
Oh, but not very fast because he is on Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, that's the watch that you should use. I feel like this Invis watch stuff that they've been trying to do is a little bit ambitious. I mean, you can sure get further in a shorter space of time, and you can get in a position to play
oh my God,
a little bit faster.
I think that was like an error from Patchouli that almost created Ron's there. But yeah, unable to get him. Ron's is, Duo is in a pretty good position. Elakor dies again. Soldier bombs in. There's a lot of distraction. Duo has uncloaked. He's not close to the medic at all, but he is in a good position. And look at that. Perfect.
Perfect stab going out from him. Very, very nice positioning coming out there. But Duo decides he's not going to die here, actually. He's going to sit on Spy Class. Oh, no, he revolvers down Colline. Definitely worth it. I feel like after this point, right, when these spies, they... Oh, June picks up the medigun as well.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't get any percentage out of it, but still.
But
the thought was there.
Yeah, it's something that did happen.
It's a thing that happened, yeah. What I would say though, what do you think about these spies going in, doing a good stab, getting a revolver kill? Surely he just killed Bind straight away, right?
Nah. I feel like at that point you should always just play it like you have the Invis watch, right, where you're just playing it pretty quickly. But yeah, you probably just play more combat class at that point. I'm kind of fine with being spy. You can just go for weird targets. You know, you probably shouldn't go for the medic or the demo. You should just, if there's like a soldier or a scout in the flank, just go for those guys.
Yeah, but now you're in this weird situation, which is the problem when you've done this, though, right? The other team is absolutely aware that there's a spy on the field right now, so it's going to make it more difficult for them to really do anything. And they're down a combat class in this fight currently on second. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're all getting destroyed here, and now it's just Deli and June and Flick, and they're Ubered currently on second, but Patch is about to get his Uber as well, and Kaline getting chased in lower. June has been left for dead out in the choke point here, and Deli is going to have to try and run away, but Flick just runs in. 2 shots, Nevo running into the shutter door as well, nearly kills Shay, who's currently on the beam. Flick, like a bull in a china shop, just gets rid of them out of second.
Plowing through everyone there. Yeah, good job by him. Not able to actually get on there. He was so close to killing Shay as well. Just, I guess, scratching his nose there. Scott jumped in, just murdered him very easily. The re-push out here is looking pretty good. Deli is going to go down. There you go. But Colleen has died. There's no scouts on the point yet. And League of Shadows, they are not indicating that they actually want to just give up this point just yet.
Yeah, looks like Zoe as well is going to have to retreat. And very low HP.
Rod's jumping in.
Coming in from the side. Can he land? Nope, he can't. A nice surf out there from Patch. Just managed to survive that entire thing, and there's no one else there to deal that remaining damage. And also there is a little bit of BM going on the chat there.
Yeah, the B word. You know.
Yeah, the B word. You can guess in chat what it is. If you get it right, you get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Flick's behind again. He's actually on the medic. Gonna be an Uber force. That was actually a really good pop there from Patchouli. He popped like a millisecond before he got meat shot from Flick there. But not sure how Flick got in, but he got in, got the force, and now June sitting pretty on like a good 70 HP in full Uber ad. Nobody on second. This could be a nice last push where you could get it up to 2-0.
Yeah, just like now they're in a very prime position to do it. Roms does go down. Elacor, though, dying again before this push even comes in here, and they're going to have to use this Uber just to get through this doorway, but it's a very good use. They negate a lot of damage with this Uber charge. They're going to make their way in, all the way in deep, but posted up on this top right-hand side is the entire red team shooting down onto that point, but Deli's holding off. Nice there, so to keep Kaline away from the point there, and it is going to make that 2-0 off the back of that grenade hitting him right in the tootsies.
Very smooth. There you go. There was just nothing to stop them from coming in there. They probably should have gone all out with like pyros and heavies and sentries. Something like that. Not even sure what you can actually do in that situation where it's just so heavily stacked against you. But 2-0. And
you definitely want some meat though, right on that point. Get some big fat meat on that point. Get the head in. Every single time. It's the safest play. But Bomb comes in onto June and they murder her right away. Deli also going down as well. Nevo does drop as the first player to go down. Kaline. So now it's kind of even players here. But they have heals on the side of the red team. But he does crater Patchouli. Gets launched into the air by Rons and hits the dust. And looks like Flick and Scar taking a 1v1 on the other side. Elacor's taking a 1v2. Currently Zoe's just running in, trying to find as much frags as he can. Does manage to find onto Elacor, dominating now, and Scar on top of this point with Shay. And they do manage to clean up Zoe. Shay currently on a 3k on this mid-fight, and Rons is going to take the 1v2, but has more health than both of them combined.
Yeah, question is, does he know? He knows about one of the players being weak, and actually, okay, Scar is on the wrong side of mid. He's being chased down. He's going to finally make it into the choke, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to get pelted down. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunate for him. And Nevo is now also behind lines. This is so annoying right now to deal with, but it does just turn into different thing. And what did Elacor just do? He died. I didn't even see it. How did he die?
I did not even see how he died. I feel like that Elacor is searching for the 30 death game of the lifetime, you know?
Yeah. Might as well make your worst game ever the week 7 one.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the highest number of deaths is for anyone in the game. It's got to be on Koth first of all, though, right?
Probably, yeah, some product game.
How many did Sideshow get again?
There's no way it's Sideshow. It's some Russian Roman, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna be some Russian Roman, yeah. Probably, because they do play like maniacs. It's kind of insane. They probably have the same number of deaths as kills, though, at the same time as well. They're going and trade 1 for 1 every single life.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I could totally see like a Russian Roman going like 11 for 53. Like, why not? Okay, they're gonna see if they can actually go in through this right side, but this time around there's a really nice coverage on it. Soldier, sniper. Again, there's no sentry gun.
Yeah, this is a chronic problem because now the Pachuli's getting bombed and they're relying on a heavy to delay, and the pipes come flying in from Delhi, making it even more dangerous. So Pachuli's just, you know.
Oh, Delhi gets punished actually. Nice job there by Colleen, actually chasing him down. And this is the positive of not having an engineer. You can punish more easily. Oh my God, so he gets directed.
Absolutely destroyed. Now it's just flicking June, and June goes down to a very, very low HP, so they got to get out of this, because June, after this Uber, is going to take 1 bit of damage and go down. So they retreat all the way back into Cafe. Bron's trying to come for a repush, gets 2 rockets in by Scar. Flick's going to be running back in again, trying to deal the damage, does find the kill onto Scar, who gets stickied out by Elacor in the meantime. So now he's got to now commit to this fight, running all the way in. Duo going down as well. They do find that kill onto Flick as well. So turning it around, it's the side of the Frenchies. So they're going to be making their way to mid.
Yeah, Colleen got a nice little small demo air shot and choke, and then jump back, got another kill there. Really great job by him. They're gonna take mid. Was not even. I think they're waiting for a respawn. Yeah. Just waiting there to heal them up. But I could totally see if they had actually been more aggressive there, they probably could have taken some area and flowers and they just snuck some players behind. I gotta take it a bit slower here. I know, Elico's weak, this makes me nervous. Okay, Soda's in, though. Coley goes for the medic pop.
What? Oh, he got surfed, and I thought there would be a moment where he could turn the surf into something great, but can't really do it in the end. And Ron's going to be bombing all the way back here, does try and get the sack onto Elicor, but can't quite find the damage, and just jumps all the way back. Scar going in here. Looks like, once again, Duo is now... Oh, nice crispy pipe at range. It's the lock and load, though, so it feels a little bit cheeky, but, you know, still happens.
It's technically an air shot, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Full luck, says Duo. Yeah,
that's lucky Elicor. Always getting lucky with his little pipes in the air, isn't he?
Yeah. All those air shots that he got in all of his frag movies, all of them luck-based. But now, they're going to have to take an Uber trade here. It's not even a trade, though. Pachuli's not even in, so you just sack a soldier, get the force out, and that's going to be it. And Ron's is going to make the decision to run in behind now. So he's going to be causing a bit of pressure here, which seems to be the play when League of Shadows need to get a salvage going. They get Ron's in behind, and Zoe sneaks in from some doorway, which is what he's trying to do right now. And Ron's is taking a 1v1 with a scout, unfortunately.
June is so close to the choke. That's actually terrible. Somehow, still makes it out. Alright. Ron's. Okay, Flick. No, there's no way Flick gets the medic here. There's just no way. There's no way Flick gets the medic. Thank you. Alright. That made me nervous, but yeah, look how much this has just slowed it down. Actually, the back cap comes in, and everyone's pulled back. It's unbelievable how much mileage they get out of these back caps and just pulling players out of position.
They always seem to, when they have to salvage, and their medic goes down, or they end up losing a sort of favorable position, they all seem to be able to enter this like rat mode, where they all manage to get in behind and do a bit of flanking, slow the other team down somehow, just like all over the place. They're like causing threats absolutely everywhere. I don't know if it's because the Frenchies don't have a tight hold on their flanks, or if it's because League of Shadows have come up with some kind of like game style.
Woe is behind. Ron would like to... Okay, there's actually... I didn't even see how the scout got behind, but there's a scout behind as well.
Zoe's in there, yeah. This is exactly what I mean. They end up in a non-favorable position and sneak everyone in behind. And now there's an Uber trade in choke. Just get the Ubers out of the way and take the even fight afterwards. But it might not be in their favor since they've got players currently in behind. The red Uber is slightly better. It's been solo for a lot longer, but Flick going to surf all the way back here. Elicos is going to be wandering in through the choke. Kaline's going to join the fight as well, and they're going to start bombing in. And Ron's is knocked low already. Does get a nice arrow from June there. And is kept alive. And now they're going to have to retreat here. Flick's super weak as well, but bomb into Nevo as well. He is super weak. Does catch another rocket at range, but doesn't do anything. Scar and Zoe are going to trade out. Kaline does die in the end to Flick, who tries to bomb in. And now they're going to have to retreat out of this fight.
But Dwo is going to come in from behind here. This could be a monster fight by him. Actually gets the medic somehow with the crater kill.
He shot him in the head and he cratered.
There you go. Always go for the headshots, kids, even when you're not on sniper.
Yep.
I mean, I'm really surprised they didn't get... Oh my god, Nemo just runs in, gets the medic. What a salvage there. And then Scar gets the deli kill as well. This is going to be a midpoint, but man, this is looking a lot better for the Frenchies than they did like just 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, that salvage was clean. Nevo getting a 2-shot, and then Scar getting that bomb onto Deli. Very, very nice stuff to sort of salvage that situation. So, and now we're in a situation where it's going to be an Uber ad for Patchouli, but also we're seeing that Zoe has decided they're going to switch out to the Force of Nature.
Wait, Force of Nature?
Yes.
Oh my god, it is on Zoe. That is weird. Do we have a crit streak as well? Oh, it's on Patchouli. Okay.
Oh,
look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just sitting on this Zoe cam waiting for him to shoot someone into this wall.
Or it could be the medic.
Oh no.
Or no. Oh, there's no way! There's absolutely no way, man. Oh my god, just 2 shots from the medic. What can you do?
And then he gets the air pipe on Scar as well. Oh my god. Dude, I'm so happy. I literally didn't switch from his POV.
Yeah, same.
He does that.
Oh my god, Zoe's out of this world. Holy god, what a play. Patchouli's going to feel so bad about that one, but... I mean, what can you do? Your soldier doesn't check the corner. He was spinning around everywhere, walking into flowers, then stops spinning around the moment he gets to the corner. But it looks like they do kind of flub this push into lobby and have to use the Uber. And they're going to be pushed into last with just 2 players trying to do what they can. Nevo does go down here, but no second capture right now, so they're going to have to go back out onto second.
Yeah, this would have been a great push if they could cap last, but oh my god, the soldier comes in from behind. Monster damage, great flank. And everyone else is just going to have to get out. So a bit overconfident there, I feel like. Bit off
Maybe
a bit more than they could chew, yeah.
And now we're going to have Patchouli running into second with the rest of his team, hopefully. He is trying to get through the shutter door that he managed to get in. They've got another flank coming out from Duo, and he's going to be heading sort of in behind. He's going to be taking that 1v1 with Scar on the back lines here. Duo down to 24 HP, just get cleaned up by Shay though, and the second capture is going to start coming in here. But good pressure once again. League of Shadows trying to pressure as much as they can, not giving up any space. But Shay gets directed and then splashed by Rons and goes down to find an extra frag for them.
Really crucial there. That's going to make this push so much more difficult. They don't care. They're just in anyway. Got to take the demo man deep. Deli got a nice serve. Flick wants to get the Elicore pick, but Flick, he's actually not even weak. There's a back cap going on as well, and Zoe gets the medic headshot.
Oh god, yeah, Zoe ended up getting the force anyway, because Patchouli was spinning around in the choke point and spotted the sniper over Tetris, pops the Uber, correct thing to do, because Zoe is absolutely deadly on the sniper, but June does manage to survive.
Crouching into bush works. Oh,
yep.
And then Rod with the big air shot. Wow.
Jesus, this man. You're getting so many frag clips out of this. Maybe that's what this game's for, just frag clips.
I'm for it. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get to farm so many. It's continuing here. We've got June with 100% Uber trying to make their way into second. 7 minutes remaining on the clock here. And this round's actually lasted quite a long time. We've got the Frenchies defending for quite a long time. I'm not sure if it's because League of Shadows have been playing sort of scrappy these last few minutes, or if it's because the Frenchies have stepped things up.
They've warded off everyone on the second point. It's just a heavy and the sniper in spawn. That should be pretty easy to deal with. Okay, they're not capping second. Okay, this is interesting. It's weird. It's probably bad, but it is interesting, I guess. Yeah, they're so slow.
Oh, they get forced in lobby by Elicore. Elicore just pops in through that doorway, fires 2 rocket launch shots, and bang, they're fused Uber. But now they're onto Elicore as well. They're starting to pistol him down, and they do manage to clean him up in the end here. And Deli is going to be firing as many bombs as he can. The bomb comes in onto the low ground, onto the medic, doesn't do anything here. And this point is currently being run on by Shay. They're trying to defend it as much as they can. Kalai gets forced into the air by Zoe with the force of nature. Shoots him off the point, and that is going to be the cap.
That is the perfect use of that weapon. I've seen it so many times in Australia when Cookie plays it, right? He just gets on the point and then shoots people off. He just caps it out. It's so good. Somehow, I don't know, who taught Zoe to do this? He's just perfect on this weapon. And he's playing Flank Scout. It's only supposed to work on Pocket.
Wow, and now we've got another mid-fight coming up. Duo is going to be the first one to drop here, and the bomb comes in from Scar, doesn't find anything at all, and now it's going to be these players on the high ground. Elicore get chucked up into the air. The Force of Nature once again, 1 HP for Elicore, and he manages to survive the mid-fight somehow. Zoe nearly getting the frag, but not quite in the end. And now we've got this mid fight just kind of breaking down now. One player left on the mid. It's going to be Flick.
Oh,
and he doesn't manage to get the kill onto Shay, but doesn't manage to find Patchouli in the end. He finds the arrow kill. And Duo and Ron's going to be retreating here. But June, in the end, does survive the mid fight. So they're going to retain some of this Uber.
They want to set up on second here. You know, it's pretty good to set up on the high ground just to make it difficult for players to run in here. Ron's going to end up coming in here and cleaning up Colleen. I think, no, Colleen actually makes it out alive. But nice fight that is going to take down Evo. They were trying to make their way through the choke, but as it is, unable to do so. They're going to just hang back, reset, and we're in for a bit of a stalemate here, unless Ron decides to jump in and go behind or something.
It's like on this mid. We're going to start trying to get some catch down, but Shay getting killed once again. Force Nature coming out clutch, and the Uber has been used by Patchouli, so no Ubers in play for them. And June's going to be starting to retreat here, back out of Cafe, getting away from the engagement that just happened. So looks like the Frenchies once again are going to be on another front foot here, and they could in fact turn this into a last if they play it correctly enough. But we've got this player out on second. It's going to be Flick trying to take this fight with Nevo. Can't quite find Elikos there with the sticky just to clean him up. And they managed to accumulate a 20% ad off of an even Uber situation, which can be transferred into a last, but Duo gets 2. Jesus.
He had no business doing that at all. Ron's? Okay, he's just going to spam. I thought he was just going to jump into 4 players and get the medic or something. Why not at this point?
Let's see what they're going to do here. Scar currently up on the spy by the looks of things, and Shay on the sniper. So both of them are committed. Okay, this is okay, I'm gonna pull out what Epley said. This is dual monkey class, okay? Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey stab, monkey snipe.
Yeah, I like this because, you know, sniper, if you look forward, if you don't look forward, you're gonna get the headshot. Okay, please Scott, just go. Oh my god, he's too late.
Oh no. Is he on the Invis watch? Oh he is.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why the Invis watch is bad, okay? He gets decloaked because his Invis watch runs out, and then the player just walks out the spawn door and is like, oh, decloaking spy, and then he just dies.
Yeah. Shay is still sniping here in lobby, so okay, maybe, yeah, Colin's gonna try to jump in, but he gets immediately denied by the sentry gun. But, oh, Flick just runs into Patchouli, no biggie, gets him.
No biggie. Do you want to know the biggest difference here on these two last holds that we're seeing here? The successful last hold coming out from League of Shadows. I see a sentry gun for the League of Shadows.
Yeah, it actually did a lot of work there. It just completely shut down a jump. Okay, Deli is trying his best, stay alive, will succeed. Scar's in so deep. Alright, he will eventually survive here.
Yeah, he walked into last, killed the level 1 sentry gun, and then just left. And that was his entire contribution, but they used out the super here onto Kaline in Flowers to kill him. Double domination onto him as well. That's going to feel bad. And also Shay and towards Lobby, trying to get behind in towards last, gets shut down by Zoe. He's playing family business. Bad Scout.
Oh my god, so is my hero. Just playing all the stupid unlocks. I love it. Might as well, right? They can't lose at this point. There's only 2 minutes remaining. Oh, what happened to June?
June died as well. Some sticky trap, unfortunately, but apparently something was quite funny that happened. Elikos sticky jumped.
That's funny. All right, let's just see what Zoe does here. This is Zoe's game. We're all just living in it.
Yeah, looks like yeah, Zoe's going to be chilling out all the way back by looks of things. Not joining the team.
Oh. He just needs support. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got medic. Looks like they're just going to retreat. Oh no, they're going into dungeon. They're having a bit of an adventure here, running up and through lower, but the rest of the red team is currently heading in towards last. So now they need to turn around. They're in the wrong place. You're going to lose the round, guys. You're going to lose the round. Never mind, they managed to defend at the end. All the explosive classes get to the point just in the nick of time, but they do manage to get the kill onto Junior regardless, but Zoe gets the kill onto Patchouli with the family business on very, very low HP.
The control point is being contested.
He's just so tanky. It's so good. Like, Scouts should just have this much health. It's so much better. Oh,
yeah, that
no.
would be balanced.
Scar's on heavy as well. Let's see if he can one-up Zoe here.
This is World of Tanks.
Oh, you're gonna jump over a scout. Okay. Somehow.
Oh. Looks like he's running into the second and doesn't do anything at all. Gets a bit
Also,
overzealous.
top heavy play right there. Just walk into the enemy team as heavy and die.
That's what Heavy would do in real life.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you know he would do that as well.
Apart
from in real life, he died to one
the heavy thing. Yeah, he just like runs into the entire enemy team and they all die.
Yep.
Right?
That's exactly. One bullet, one dead. That's what it means.
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life. Although in real life, the soldier would, first of all, kill himself. Tries to rocket jump, shoots the ground, blows his own legs off.
Alright, and every time you die, you leave the server. I think that's what's happening. Why does it say client disconnect? Please. It's a rage quit. That's what this is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But anyway, the timer is coming to a close here. 2 seconds remaining on this clock, and it's going to be 3-0 final scoreline. And nice clean win for League of Shadows here. For the Chicago Bulls, they don't manage to get the 1 point that they dreamed of, and are currently looking at a relegation.
Yeah, only by looking at the other games will you be able to see whether or not that's the case. It's there's one being streamed on Team Fortress TV 1 right now. That's like an actual important team. That's the 4th place match. And then
Indeed.
There's also the bottom derby going on.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think GG well played. You kind of see how League of Shadows, they've been playing quite well. And you can see why they're in the position that they're in, currently in 3rd place. And yeah, so excited to see what they do in the playoffs. Maybe this is their season, Peter. What do you think?
Sorry, what? Sorry, I was...
do you reckon League of Shadows, this could be their season? Playoffs?
It could be, yeah. They legitimately... I still think they're going to get 3rd, but I think they actually have a chance of beating TF2 Easy and probably even win this game, depending on how...
Yeah. So we'll see what happens here, but... with that, I don't really have much else to say, so we should probably raid the other one if it's still going. But Peter, any shouts you want to throw out there?
Yeah, just everyone that I met at Arcadia Land in Germany this weekend. So much fun. I didn't meet a single annoying or bad person. It was just so much love, so much great stuff, so much fun hanging out with everyone.
Amazing. Big shout outs to your land death as well.
Yeah.
For the germs you met along the way.
Dude, I don't know if you can hear it in the grand finals, but I was sick during the grand final. Like, I was struggling.
I thought you were a bit bunged up. That's what I thought. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in this afternoon, and we'll see you on TF2V1.